Hello, One Piece nerds from all across the globe. Welcome to the chapter review of chapter 1051. And I must say, I was pleasantly surprised, and well, all my expectations just went over the roof. Oda just blew my expectations off the top and just did something way better than what any of us anticipated. So, in the last chapter, I stated how Denjiro or Momonosuke explaining the whole of entirety of Wano about what went down wouldn't really make that big of a difference, or wouldn't actually have that much of an impact as it would have been if they would have seen Kaido been taken down by Luffy firsthand. But Oda said, "Hey, I can also make this better," and he did. He just blows my mind every time. So now that this bar has been set, I think this ending is very good. I don't think it's on par with the ending of Dressrosa or Alabasta or Skypiea for that matter, because those were just way more impactful. Because a looming threat was there in order for us to signify the defeat of the villain, and that actually felt very remarkable every single time that happened. Although it's the same formula over and over again, it's just so hard hitting. This time Oda went completely unconventional, like most of Wano, honestly. Most of Wano has been unconventional. Some of the fights, some of the way the characters were handled, everything felt off. I've made 2, 3 videos about this already, about how Wano is handled very weirdly or very differently from your standard One Piece arcs, and well, Oda did the same thing here. He decided to technically conclude the plot point of the Onigashima raid by allowing Momonosuke the stage, and we finally get to see adult Momonosuke. And holy shit, he is good looking, man. Oh my god. From the moment when Momonosuke went into the adult form, we were all expecting him to look like Odin. Like, just as Shinobu said, we were expecting Momonosuke to look like Odin. Pretty much like him. If not uncanny, but very like him. But that definitely wasn't the case. I would say that Momonosuke is better looking than Odin. I mean, I love Odin. Odin is amazing. But the character design of Momonosuke is so good. It's just a hybrid of everything we've seen. It's a hybrid of Odin himself, the hybrid of samurais, and the hybrid of of Momo. I'm so sorry, but yeah, we see all three things together: a samurai, a great leader, and Momonosuke being Momonosuke, which is crazy, and I love it. Like, oh my god. So let's start off with the Jarma cover. The Jarma cover, okay, let's just say it concludes there, or it extends a little further. We don't see anything that twisted, but that's beside the point. Not trying to focus on that. Moving on to Yamato saying that she's going to join the Straw Hats. This is nothing unexpected. She's been saying this ever since she met Luffy, and it's the same ever since. This time is no difference, and I don't think that we should be all excited because she officially joined the crew or something. She didn't join the crew. For a fact, Luffy's not there. You need Luffy to be up. Do I expect Luffy to reject Yamato? Probably not. But it's nice to get that official confirmation, the stamp of approval from the captain, before we get into the, saying that, yay, Yamato joined the crew. Like, it's likely that she will. Unlikely that she will, depending on the circumstances ahead. But as of right now, if Luffy gets up within the next chapter and he sees the invitation of Yamato trying to join the crew, this, wouldn't surprise him because she said this before. I think he might accept her. Yeah. And this is very different, honestly. And the way we always see Straw Hats getting invited to join the crew is either Luffy going to them, telling them that they have to join. Honestly, it's always been that. Luffy's never tried to find crew members other than Zoro. The only person he was looking for to get to his crew no matter what is Zoro. Everyone else joined because of some sort of a connection. It's either they themselves It's either Luffy told them to join the crew, or, Luffy took them aboard, or, other members of said crew member wanted him to join. For example, Frankie. The Frankie family wanted Frankie to go to the Straw Hat ship, and Luffy wanted the same. It was never the case where a Straw Hat was inclined to join the crew the moment they met Luffy, or we've never seen a Straw Hat wanting to join the crew by themselves, deliberately. It's always been Luffy influencing them one way or the other. So this is very unorthodox in terms of a crew member joining. As to whether more Straw Hats will join in this arc or not, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure if Tama's going to join, but it's still up for grabs. But for now, let's focus on Yamato, and I say that it's very unconventional for a Straw Hat member to be willing to join the crew by themselves without Luffy having to tell them anything or Luffy having to influence them directly. Yes, Yamato's heard story of Luffy. She's seen the Straw Hats do all sorts of stuff, but Luffy directly never influenced her the way he did with other Straw Hats. So this is very unorthodox, and I like this. I very much like this. Moving on, Momonosuke's speech is so great. I say it stands out to one of the best speeches in One Piece. Remember, you guys have to remember, Momonosuke, I already made a Momonosuke appreciation video. I already made a video dedicating to Momonosuke about everything he's done in Wano, and it feels like I haven't complimented him enough as of yet. I feel like I should come up with another video. Honestly, I don't have much to say. I'll just put it out here. For someone who is an 8-year-old going through everything that has happened in Onigashima, he lost his parents, he got separated with his sister, only to move into a timeline where nothing is new. He had to find companions in order to go to Wano. And after all that suffering he's been facing, and finally after the war and everything, got beat up by Kaido and Orochi, and after all that, after everything, he finally gets the spotlight and he gets to show that I'm the greatest leader that Wano will ever have. He didn't say it himself, the narrator did, but he'll definitely be one of the greatest leaders in Wano, hands down. Even better than Oden. So, after talking about Momonosuke for this long, let's talk about the Nine-Headed Skywards. I made a video about the Nine-Headed Skywards in my last one. If you guys have watched it, you guys will know. I've finally realized the purpose of the Skywards is that they will now lead Momonosuke into a brighter future. They will help Momonosuke become the best shogun of Wano. That was their purpose to begin with. Their purpose was never to defeat Kaido or to be like Oden. It was always to help Oden's son or the next shogun of Wano, to help him or her get to the top and help the shogun, whether it be Hiyori or Momonosuke, rebuild Wano. And that is exactly what is happening, and it felt very great. I loved it. So 7 of the 9 Skywards are here, but 2 of them are replaced with Shinobu and Hiyori. Presumably Ashura and Kanjuro is probably dead. They're probably dead. Very unlikely that they would show up right now. We would definitely see some sort of a tribute in the near future. But I think it's like if they haven't appeared now that it's the end of the raid and everything, and now all the Skywards show up, including Okiku and Kinemon, who were almost half beaten to death, I would say that Ashura Doji and Kanjuro by this time would show up, but since they didn't, we expect them to be dead. And leaving that aside, I cried. I cried so hard when Momonosuke started saying that my name is Momonosuke, my name was given to me by my father, and that means I'm second to none. That made me tear up so bad. I don't know why, but this chapter made me cry so hard. I didn't expect to have tears in my eyes with the speech of Momonosuke, a character that I've hated for so long because of the way he was made. But this is too deep, man. This is too deep. He's been through a lot, and I think finally it's time for him to rest. It's time for everyone in the samurai land to rest, lay down their swords, and finally look upon peace in a new dawn. And speaking of crying, we finally get Otama's backstory with her reacting to her parents' death. It's so sad. Someone that young losing their parents. It's not unnatural, but you have to understand that she's in age where she understands everything. She knows a lot more than most of her age, most children her age do. She's been through a lot. She's an orphan. She tried to sell hats, and Tengoyama took her in. It's so heartwarming. And the nail in the coffin, honestly, at the end of the chapter, where she says that, Horselina, I would rather not have you as a servant, but rather as a motherly figure. That is so heartwarming to me. I mean, wow, wow. I mean, so about the timing of the flashback, could it have been a lot sooner? Maybe. Maybe it could have been a lot sooner because Otama's done a lot in this war. She's turned the tides when it was most necessary. She's done a lot to take the war in their favor. And to get her backstory now is also sort of refreshing, sort of concluding the suffering of the people of Wano. She was the only one left of whom we haven't seen too much of when it comes to her backstory, what her sad story was. So that's all I had to say for this. I will try to come up with 2 videos somehow, although I've literally said everything I had to say. Do I think the arc is over? No. Do I think something surprising might happen? Yes. Do I know what it is? Not really, but I expect something to happen. So thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed until this point, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and peace.